It was just past 2 a.m. when my phone buzzed on the nightstand. The room was quiet and dim, the only sound being the soft whir of the ceiling fan above. Still half asleep, I squinted at the glowing screen and saw a message from my wife, Emily. It read simply, "I lost track of time." That was all. No explanation, no follow-up. A strange tightness formed in my chest as I glanced at the clock again. She had gone out for dinner with her co-workers at 8 p.m. and hadn't sent a single text since. For a moment, I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Maybe they'd stayed late talking. Maybe her phone had died. But something about it didn't feel right. Emily was always the careful one. She'd text even if she was 10 minutes late. Hours of silence followed by a vague message at 2 a.m. Just wasn't her. I stared at the screen for a while, my thumb hovering over the keyboard, before finally typing, "That's fine. I just hope you told Mark you're married before it got too late." I pressed send. It wasn't angry, just calm, direct, and heavy with meaning. Mark was her co-worker, the one whose name had been slipping into conversations a little too often lately. For a few seconds, nothing. Then the typing dots appeared, disappeared, reappeared, and vanished again. Finally, her reply came, "What are you talking about?" I didn't respond. I set the phone down, turned off the lamp, and lay still, pretending to sleep. My heart, though, was racing. Every odd moment from the past few weeks replayed in my head. Her sudden interest in after-work outings, the new perfume, the way she'd started guarding her phone. By 2:07, the stillness of the house broke. I heard hurried footsteps outside, then the jingle of keys. Emily burst through the door, breathless and pale. She froze when she saw me sitting calmly on the couch instead of asleep in bed. "Why did you send that message?" she asked, her voice shaking. I looked at her for a long moment before answering. "Because I wanted to see how fast guilt can travel." Her expression shifted instantly, confusion tangled with fear. "I wasn't with Mark," she stammered. "We were all just hanging out. I didn't realize how late it was." I nodded slowly, pretending to believe her, though my eyes told a different story. "Where were you hanging out?" I asked. She hesitated, fumbling for words. "At a coworker's house. We were playing cards." Her answer sounded rehearsed. I kept my tone even and calm. "That's strange," I said quietly. "I called your office earlier to ask when you'd left. Your boss mentioned Mark clocked out around 8:20. Odd coincidence, isn't it?" Her lips parted, but no sound came. Her hands trembled. I stood, walked past her, and picked up her purse from the counter. Handing it to her, I said, "You might want to check your phone. It's been tracking your location all night." Her eyes widened. She unlocked her phone, and there it was, the map showing her at a small motel across town. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The silence was louder than any argument. Tears filled her eyes. "It's not what it looks like," she whispered, though her voice cracked halfway through. I didn't shout. I didn't accuse. I simply said, "You don't get to decide what it looks like anymore." Then I turned and walked to the bedroom, closing the door behind me. That night, she slept on the couch. I didn't sleep at all. I lay awake, my mind circling the same thoughts. The lies, the excuses, the cold dinners waiting for her. The woman I thought I knew had become a stranger. Her 2 a.m. message wasn't about losing track of time. It was about losing track of loyalty. In the morning, she tried to talk, but I didn't have the strength. I told her quietly that I'd be staying at my brother's for a few days. She broke down, insisting it was a mistake, that nothing serious had happened. But mistakes don't leave behind secret addresses and midnight silence. As I packed my bag, I realized something. Sometimes silence speaks louder than anger ever could. My one calm message at 2 a.m. had revealed everything I needed to know. It showed her guilt, her fear, and the distance that had been growing between us long before that night. When I finally left, she stood at the doorway, tears streaking her face. I didn't look back, because when she said she lost track of time, I understood I had lost track of her, long before that message ever arrived. And by 2:10 that night, her panic had confessed more than her words ever would.